Both customers and vendors can log into the system, though registering. Here, when a customer is registering, he has to provide his details, including his/her basic measurements. These measurements will be used to predict the complex measurements after signing up. This is the vendor registering flow. This is the customer interface. Here the customer can see the available products and the details about the application. The customer can go to the user home to edit the profile details, tracking regular and custom orders, and to see the predicted complex measurements. Here, all the predicted measurements are shown in a diagram, and the user can hover to see the details of that measurement. To make a product available with augmented reality, the vendor has to request for AR details from the admin. Here, vendor places an AR request, though entering the necessary details to the admin. The vendor can also edit the AR request and chat with the admin for further clarifications as well. After vendor place an AR request, the admin can see the AR request from admin side. Then the admin can indicate that he is ready to start on the AR session creation and download the necessary content that the vendor has sent. Here is how the admin creates the AR session with the given models and textures from the vendor. First, the admin uses the details given by the vendor to create the full garment in Marvelous Designer. Then the created garment model is imported to Lens Studio. Here an AR session will be created and the AR lens will be published to CameraKit API. From CameraKit API, the admin can get the lens ID and group ID necessary needed by the vendor for integrating the AR with the product. After getting the lens ID and group ID from CameraKit API, the admin send these details though a message to vendor. The admin updates the AR request as completed. Before adding a new product, the vendor has to create the necessary size chart for that. The reason for creating the size chart is that, though the size chart, the system can analyze user measurements and predict the suitable garment size for the user. Here the vendor can select the attributes and enter the relevant sizes. Vendor can also view and update the size charts. Vendor can manage the products that has published. Their details including stock count, price, can be updated. To add a new product, First, the vendor have to go to the completed AR request, which is related to the product, and grab the lens ID and group ID of that. After that, the vendor can go to Add New Item and enter the necessary details and add the product to the system. Customers can buy the products published by vendors. Here the customer has to go to a product, and then the customer can try on that product using augmented reality. There are two options for that. First one is that the customer can upload a video of him or herself and view how the garment look on them. The customer also can take a photo of that try-on video. The other option is to use the web camera to see the live view and try on in real time. After trying on, the customer can add that item to cart. Here it predicts the necessary size of the garment for the customer based on the measurements and size chart. If no suitable size is available, it will also indicate that. To place an order, the customer has to enter the details for delivery and payment details. After that, the order is placed. Vendor can see the orders placed by the customers and manage them. Vendor can change the status of the orders and see the details of the order. As the customers can see the predicted size when placing an order, they can order a custom garment if there are no suitable sizes available for the customer. Here, instead of adding to cart, the customer can directly place the order. By this, all the necessary details will be sent to the vendor to make the custom garment. The vendor can see the custom orders received. Their status can be updated by the vendor, and vendor can also see the measurements of the user which are necessary to make the garment.